Three. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our coaching call. So today is November 19th, and I hope your week is off to a great start. We have Erin here live with me in Utah, and so we hope that if you're watching this replay, that if you have any questions, let us know. We're happy to help. So today we're going to talk about the holidays. The holidays are coming up, Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. And this is the time when most of us slow down during the holidays. And so taking time to prepare for the holidays, prepare our minds, prepare our food, exercise, and everything that we have so that we can be ready for the holidays to continue to make healthy choices. But before we dive in the conversation, let's celebrate our successes. So I'll start, and then Erin, if you want to share your successes of the week, then we'd love to hear your successes. And we're going to welcome Alicia. Welcome, Alicia. Great to see you. So glad you could make it. So we are celebrating our successes for the week. So thinking about anything that went well. So I would say my biggest success for the week was getting all my workouts in. I went out of town. I went to Idaho, and we still did Pilates while we were there. So that was awesome. And then I got all the other workouts except for mobility on Sunday. So I was traveling back. But that was great. And then also while in Idaho, so we were there from Friday to Sunday, I just had one ice cream. So I was excited. Like it wasn't going overboard too much. So happy about that. Okay, so Erin, do you want to share your successes? Hi, Kristen.
I got all the workouts in this week and last week.
Awesome. Woo!
I sure I'd say bye.
Way to go. That's so
I'll
good.
be on for a minute, okay?
Hi. So
Bye.
we are just celebrating our successes for the week, thinking of anything that went well with nutrition or fitness. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you. So, Erin, is there anything else you want to share?
No.
Okay. Well, thanks for being here. And welcome, Kristen and Alicia. Kristen, do you want to share a success that you had this week?
I think the same, that I got all my workouts in for the week.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm actually on a 2 week streak. So that's good. That also means I haven't had any migraines for 2 weeks. So I'm pretty happy about that.
That's incredible.
And my nutrition is getting back on point.
Way to go. You're amazing. Great job. And I love your hair. It's getting so long. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah, you're
Yours too. I like yours too.
oh, thank you so much. Alicia, are you able to unmute? We'd love to hear any success that you had. Well, you're welcome to jump in anytime. We're excited to hear about your successes. Or you could text them to me if you're not able to talk, you can.
All right, can you hear me?
Oh yeah,
I don't
now
know.
I can hear you. Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I've been able to stay away from snacking. I've been sick this week, so I'm on the upswing. So I didn't get my workouts in, but I did get Mondays done.
Yeah,
And then
good
it was
job
just like
on
a downhill
Monday.
of, oh, I'm really tired. Anyway, so but my pounds have really dropped since I've been sick, so that's fun.
Yeah, that's a good benefit. Well, I hope your husband feels better. Is he feeling better yet or not yet?
This morning, so I'm still on the mend.
Well, yeah, I hope everyone feels better in your home soon, for sure.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. So yeah, so if you're watching the replay, we'd love to celebrate with you. It's really important to focus on our successes, our wins. A lot of times when I talk to people, they go straight to what's not going well. So focusing on what's going well, that will keep us motivated and keep us encouraged, especially as we go into the holidays. So I know sometimes we ask our daughters all the time, what went well? And I can't think of anything. Come on, let's think of something. So keep thinking of those successes. Okay, so our conversation today is all about the holidays. I want to share one more thing before we jump into that. There is an update on the app, the Faster Way app, and so I just tried it out yesterday for the first time. It's a new list of questions. And so when you go into, if you click on the home button and then click on macros, so click on home, and then in the four squares, there's the macro goals. And then you scroll up a little, there's a little calculator. So this is where you can adjust your macros. But now if you click on the calculator, there's new questions that they can ask you, and they go more specific. So I know all of you are in the VIP, and so you have access to that. You have access when you're in VIP. I know we have a few new people, so you will have access to that when you are in the VIP program. But I really like this because it goes more into depth on your step count. And so before it was kind of vague on the additional activity, it would talk about workouts, and then it would say like, do you work out, however many minutes, but now it's saying a specific number of steps in addition to a specific number of workouts. So it's really tailoring your nutrition to your workouts, to your movement throughout the day. So I think that's really helpful. So go ahead and check it out. You might want to play around with it a little bit if it's a big, yes, I love the hearts. So yeah, if it is a big change, just you can adjust it, and I'm happy to talk with you one-on-one about that, but just know that is more detailed. And so I thought that was really helpful. Okay, so we're going to jump into our holiday discussion, how to prepare for the holidays. So one word that I always share is the word and. So instead of thinking or, going into the holidays thinking, how can I enjoy the holidays and stay on track with my healthy habits? So instead of thinking or, like I can enjoy the holidays or I can stay on track, a lot of times we throw our healthy habits out the window. I mean, most people, I've been doing this for years, and most people gain between 5 and 15 pounds from now until New Year's. And it's a big jump because a lot of people just throw all healthy habits out the window. And especially with all the sugars and the starchy carbs, that can make us sick as well. I was just actually one of my clients in my public relations job as a doctor, and we just did a call with him, and he was talking about, is it the problem with the daycares and the kids, or is it the problem with the nutrition in the daycares? And I would argue that, if we have a lot of sugars and a lot of starchy carbs, then that can make us sick because those sugars feed the sickness. So being really careful around those during the holidays. Okay, so with that, let's go into treats. So I am all about, I love treats. I love treats, especially sugary things. And so I'm not going to get rid of the treats. I don't know about you, but like if I say nothing, then I can't have anything, then I would binge because it's like too strict binge. So finding that healthy balance during the holidays, going into it, thinking, how many treats am I going to give myself, per week, and setting a number. So we talked about this last night on our call as well. So maybe you have like 3 treats per week, and a treat would be like a bowl of ice cream or a piece of cake, or maybe, that special holiday treat, and you're going to really enjoy it, and you're not going to feel guilty, and you're not going to say you're bad, and you're not going to like be hard on yourself. You're just going to say, I'm going to have this treat, I'm going to enjoy it. So what if you set your limit of 3, and then this question came up last night. So what if you set your limit for 3, and then there are additional treats that are coming your way? Because, especially at your work, maybe there's treats, like we have a teacher, she was talking about the treats at work, or like you go to a party and then you have another party back to back. So what would you do in that situation? Okay, well, instead of enjoying like the full treat, like if you're going to go to like 3 to 5 parties in a week, then I wouldn't go for the full treat. I would go for the 3-bite rule. So I love this tip from a personal trainer that I interviewed years ago. Taking 1 to 3 bites of a treat is sufficient to satisfy that sweet tooth, help you feel like I had a treat, but then it doesn't like, spike your sugars too much. So let's say, and especially like, let's say someone gives you your favorite treat and they're like, Kristen, here's your favorite cupcakes. And you're like, thank you. And so, of course, like we are not going to reject these cupcakes that someone gave us. We are going to enjoy. Yeah, and that's a great question, Kristen. The bites, yes. So it's just like a full bite. It's so I think of like our kids when I say you have 3 more bites of like broccoli, and so they're having like one little broccoli and like tiny bites of the
It
one.
was more of a joke, like,
Yeah.
3 huge bites could be a whole piece of cake.
Right, right, right. No, but yeah, no, it's funny. And I'm just thinking of kids when when you want them to eat something healthy, they're going to take the tiniest bites. So it's probably not like that. But and not like the whole cake. So, finding that balance like that. But that's a good question. But the point is like finding a way to enjoy treats without like totally sabotaging, our results. We are going to do a maintain, don't gain challenge starting at the beginning of December. I'm super excited. We've done this in the past. So if you want to be in, you don't have to do it. It's optional. But if you want to be in, we put $10 in a pot, like everyone puts $10. And if you maintain your weight through December, then you get to keep your money. So I just send it back. And if you don't, then we divide up the money between whoever maintained their weight. And I might put like a little extra in the pot, just for fun. And so it's a really fun challenge. And so thinking of, treats is just going to be a big one. How can we enjoy treats and? So just remember the but have a balance with it. So I think that's really important. The other thing is with the app update, you can go into maintenance mode. And so during the holidays, if you're like, I just don't really want to try to lose weight during the holidays, which is understandable. Maybe losing weight has been your goal this whole year. But December, you can modify. Even going into Thanksgiving break next week, you could put your app into maintenance mode. And so that would adjust your macros and so that you're able to enjoy some more food, but you can still maintain your weight. So you're not losing any progress and you're not gaining any progress, but you're just kind of staying the same. So I think that's a really great way. The other thing is focusing on people more than food. And so when you're at social things, when you're at those parties, when you're at those get-togethers, when you're with the people that you love, spend more time talking. There was a great suggestion last night as well to bring your water bottle. So having a water with you, drinking water and just talking more than you're eating slowly, just enjoying the social moment. Because sometimes we're in social situations. I know where I've been there too, when maybe you're listening and then you're just eating more than you would have normally because you're just there and you're just eating quickly. So just be intentional, eat slow, enjoy the people that you're with and talking. Okay, another tip is to increase your movement. So I know during the holidays and especially if you work, like I work at a desk, I'm sitting at a desk, um, to be intentional about even if you're not able to like go on a walk or something, but just stand up out of your chair, walk around the office, or if you're able to take a phone call, like while walking around your area that you're working in, but be intentional on movement. Even if you're at home, you can, take time walking around your house, going up and down the stairs, getting outside. So adding that additional movement in addition to your workouts, that's really important. And if you can, track your steps, because I think tracking your steps is a great way. There's some like really inexpensive like step counters if you don't want to get a fancy watch. Even there's free apps on your phone to track your steps. The only thing with a phone is that you need to have your phone with you, versus like a watch, having it on your wrist. Um, okay, and then the last one, let's see, I think that's the last, yep. Is just remembering why you want to do this. Remembering why you started. We've talked about this a lot, but just really like have it ingrained in your mind, like why you started and why this is important to feel and look your best. And, I'd love for anyone to share your thoughts on why you started, because I just think that when we have a really strong reason why, then that will carry us through any challenge that we have. Um, one thing that I've been thinking a lot lately is just like looking at like parents or grandparents older than me and like looking at some health problems that they maybe are facing or have faced or maybe have passed away from. So thinking of like how can I prevent some of these things that maybe are genetic or maybe just things that I could avoid. And so to me, like I am training to be like in the most able shape in my 90s, right? So I'm in my 40s and I can train now to be in my 90s. Yeah, it's fine if I am a certain size or a certain way. Like that's not really as important to me as it used to be when I was younger. But just being healthy, being able to do what I love with the people I love. Like we're gonna run a 5K over Thanksgiving break. I'm really excited. Just being able to do all those fun things. So as I was talking, does anyone else want to share? Just put your hand up, like if you want to share, like why, you want to be healthy and fit or why you got started. Okay, Kristen, yeah, I want to hear from you.
Okay, same as you. Right now, my mom is dealing with some health issues, and I would call her an old 80-year-old. And I have a very good girlfriend, and her father is 80, and he's very active, so I would call him a young 80. So I would like to be more like my friend's father than like my mother. Two, what I've noticed as I've had injuries or have been sick and I've stopped working out regularly, I've noticed like having to start over is so hard. Like you just, first of all, at my age, you just lose it more quickly than when we were younger,
Mhm.
and it's harder to develop that strength. So I'd rather be in maintaining and strengthening mode than trying to like work up to being strong again.
Mhm.
Starting over is very hard.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Starting over is hard and just that's like getting rid of the all or nothing mentality, right?
Hmm.
Because like if you're maintaining and slow and steady, then you can continue and be that active 80-year-old. I love that, and looking at examples ahead of us and looking at like how we want to be when we're older. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. I love that. Does anyone else want to share?
I can.
Okay, great.
Um, well, I'm like you. I'm about your age, but um, last year I had like multiple people ask me if I was pregnant, like, when's your baby due? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not pregnant. Like, I just don't want to, I wanted to take care of that problem and not have people, I just want to not have people think I'm pregnant all the time. So I was like, I need to really, like, it happened so much. Like, I was like, I really need to take care of this, or
Yeah. No, thanks for sharing.
like with my older kids, like, I think just like chasing them around the house wasn't enough working out. But now that I'm in my 40s, like it's not. So
Yeah. No, thanks for sharing, Erin. I know that that's hard. Yeah, when people make comments and then you're like, okay, like I think I want to do something. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. So yeah, so if you're watching the replay, we'd love to hear from you, like what keeps you going. And I think that our reason why like changes, over time. I used to be like wanting to get that six pack and like, whatever drives you, but thinking of like, is your why strong enough? And so this is a good test during the holidays because a lot of times people say, hear this all the time. I'm going to start after the holidays. Okay, well, that's okay, but like going into the and mindset, like how can I make healthy habits and stay on track? So we're still going to enjoy the holidays, but we're going to come out like stronger, healthier, not feeling blah after the holidays. So thinking if your why is strong enough, then you'll be able to make healthy habits throughout the holidays. But if it's not strong enough, then digging a little deeper. Just like thinking like some people like try to get in shape for a wedding or like a trip or something. And I would say that was not strong enough. And so we want to dig a little deeper. Um, okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about is just any obstacles. So any obstacles that you think that can come your way. So like last night we had this conversation as well, and some things came up like I mentioned, like someone gives you your favorite treat, what are you gonna do? So like that's an obstacle during the holidays. And so like our answer was, enjoy one or a few bites of it. I mean, I would say even like one treat would be great for like a cupcake or a cookie or something. Like, of course, if someone's like there watching you, like excited for your reaction, of course you're gonna enjoy it. But what are other obstacles that you can think of that you're like, oh, I'm kind of worried about this, or like, do you have any other obstacles?
So I was wondering, I took the trash out, so I missed like a couple minutes.
Oh, it's
Did
okay.
you mention finding options for recipes that are like your downfall?
Oh, no, I didn't. Could you talk about that's a really good tip. I like that tip. Yeah.
So like there's so much out there right now that you can like that people are putting online for protein packed or less sugar packed for like mashed potatoes instead of using heavy cream, put chicken broth in or um like using Greek yogurt, like plain Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. Like there's all sorts of things that you can do to make some of these like comfort foods doable and match your macros. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I love that. So swaps, making healthy swaps. Yeah, Faster Way
And
earlier this year actually put it together. It was like a graphic with some swaps. So I'll find it and share it.
yeah,
You can
so
also maybe ask Faith, right?
Yep. Yep. That's great. Yeah, I love that. Have you all seen that? Like in the Faster Way app, you scroll down on the main page and there's the faith answers. Yeah, that's really helpful. Yeah,
but
thanks, Alicia. I love your swap ideas. She makes some really good brownies that are healthy. Yeah.
I did post them.
Yes, thank you.
But
I think that's a
yeah,
good regular to post
um
for the new people.
yes. But so there's ways to make it. Granted, I'm still gonna make a sweet potato casserole recipe that is so good that it's not good. Does that make sense? And I'm gonna have my couple bites, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it to a large family gathering so I don't eat it all,
There
right?
you go. Yep, sharing it. Yeah, well, and even things like that, just, portion it out, like especially during the holidays, like I say, it has to be like and like you're gonna enjoy a portion, maybe not like five portions, but like a small, like a regular size portion, and then just adding it to our macros, getting the movement in. Like the goal is we just don't want to feel like how you eat too much and you feel sick afterwards. Like we don't want to get to that spot. And even like after eating, like let's go on a walk, or if it's bad weather, like let's move around the house, do something a little bit more active. So that's really good. But yeah, great, great tips. Thank you so much. Any other obstacles that you can think of?
Just time, a lack of time when there's social functions and obligations that you have to attend to that take up additional time. I mean, I have found switching, and Shannon, you inspired me. I used to work out at night all the time, and now I get up in the morning and I do my workout in the morning, and it's so wonderful.
Oh, good.
So I think that will help me with that obstacle. But yeah, definitely, I think that can be a challenge for people.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. And I think the most important thing with time is to evaluate like day by day that I do this all the time. Like, okay, here's my plan for the day. Like sometimes I'm at events and I'm like, there's just no way, being there early, staying late. And so then being intentional, like wherever we're at to get some steps in. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can't get a full on workout in, but maybe I can get some movement in. Maybe I can walk around and, go get a drink or use the restroom. Like just be intentional on getting more movement in or like parking far away. So just thinking about that. Also with time is like planning your food ahead of time. So like trying to prepare as much food. Like I know we like to grill meats on the weekend, and so that's like ready to go. Or like prepping any recipes. Overnight oats is great to prep ahead of time. So yeah, so being aware that time is definitely going to be a challenge, but thinking like, okay, like how can I work around this? And maybe it's not ideal, like even if it's like a 10-minute workout, like you didn't do the whole thing, but you did part of it. That's a good way to get around it. And then also I always think like, okay, like this is going to be really hard to do this and this, maybe like planning my meals perfectly or doing my workout, but like what can I do? Also thinking that like, okay, I can get my water in. I can get some extra movement in. I can look for vegetables. I can look for protein. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a very valid concern, especially during the holidays. So thanks. These are all great. Does anyone else have any thoughts or questions or need anything? Okay, well, this has been a great discussion. We're just about out of time, but I would love for everyone just to introduce themselves. I'm trying to help everyone get to know each other. So if you could just say your name and maybe how long you've been doing Faster Way with us, or a goal or something. So let's go, Erin, Christian, and then Alicia.
I'm Erin, and this is Abigail. She's 4, and we're in Utah. I have 2 older kids there at school, and just trying to be healthier. That's needed to make a change to be healthier. I also have type 1 diabetes, so I should make sure I eat good for that too.
Well, you've been doing awesome. Yeah, thanks, Erin. Oh, and do you want to say how long you've been doing Faster Way?
I've been doing it since May.
Awesome. Okay, great. What about you, Kristen?
I'm Kristen. I'm from Westchester, Pennsylvania. And I got married in April, and I did not like the way that I looked in my wedding dress.
I
But
thought you looked
also,
beautiful.
thank you. I had had a lot of injuries that I was dealing with. So just slowly trying to get back into it. Physical therapy helped me realize that actually continuing to move your body and build strength is the way that you repair and improve. Um, Shannon has inspired me with her journey, so I joined Faster Way in June, and I'm loving it.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we're so glad that you're here, Kristen.
Yeah, and I'm glad to meet everyone.
Yeah, thanks. Awesome. Alicia, do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Alicia. I'm sick. Um, been doing Faster Way since like May. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Um, I've got, let's see, 4 kids and I'm in Utah. I've just always been overweight, and so I've done so many different programs, and they all focus on one or two aspects. And I like how Faster Way has so many multifaceted that work together and science based. Um, and so I just decided last year that I was worthy of putting the effort in.
I love that. And you've been doing amazing. Yeah, so proud of all of you. I love hearing all of your successes and everything that you're doing. So great job, everyone. Well, if it's okay with you, we'll just take a quick picture for the group. Okay, there we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, sure I got it. Yep, looking good. All right, well, I hope you have a wonderful day and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, everyone.